Hey y'all, just wanted to jump on this morning and chat about something that's been on my mind lately. And it's just because you can doesn't mean you should. So I'm currently taking a continuing education course through the Institute of Clinical Excellence, which I highly recommend. They are a fantastic company. But it's called Clinical Management of the Fitness Athlete, Pregnancy and Postpartum. And in that course, we're talking a lot about how just because you can do certain things while you're pregnant, it doesn't mean that you should. And that the goal of exercise during pregnancy should be more about preparing you for a smoother delivery or an easier delivery, a healthier baby, and just an overall easier time postpartum, decreased risk of postpartum depression, that kind of thing. Not necessarily to go hard or increase fitness or get a new 1RM, or basically the goal is to have a healthy baby, not to improve your fitness or lose weight or anything like that. And that can be really difficult to do because it requires stepping back and giving yourself some grace and allowing yourself to not continue to push forward. And when your brain thinks like an athlete brain, it's much easier to push forward and to continue to just keep going. And I used to be a competitive speed skater, so for me, it's much easier to continue to push forwards instead of take a step back. And taking a step back is often more difficult for me, and it's more difficult for a lot of the clients that I've worked with as well, but sometimes that's what's needed. And the ability to give yourself some grace and just take a step back and realize just a greater perspective and seeing a bigger picture instead of continuing to push forward. So a specific example of this, yesterday, whatever cold was going around, I managed to catch it. And I'd been struggling with a fever for about a day and a half or so, on and off. And so I called in sick to work. And today, I feel so much better. Did I want to call in sick? No, not really, because it's going to make things a little bit more difficult for me when I get back to the hospital. But sometimes doing that is what's needed, even though it's the harder thing to do. So not that I always do the right thing. I don't. I definitely have times where I push ahead and I shouldn't, and I eat my words later on. And it is much easier said than done. But just some food for thought, something that's been rolling around in my mind a bit is just because you can doesn't mean you should. And sometimes taking a step back is really in your best interest, because then when you come back, you can perform better when it really matters. And that's what's important, not always performing in the moment. So just some food for thought on your Wednesday today, and hope you'll have a good day.